do this during the season. We always have a theme for each tier, and since we've missed Dan Hanzus so much, let's do this one by a theme of famous Dans. Let's go to the Dan Bilzerian division. What a wild man. Here we go.
Wow.
All right, Hanzus has the Texans at 32. Dan Campbell's Lions debut at 31, and then the Bengals.
Can I say something? Dan's high on the Jets, having them at 28.
Look at that. And he's a homer. That's Jets. All right, so but let's move on to the Dan Aykroyd division. Here we go. Mr. Ray Stantz, upper left. All right, the Cardinals ahead of the Cowboys. Washington Bears at 21 going into SoFi Stadium Sunday night. What do you got, Peter?
24 and 25. We've got to go in the playoffs.
You know what? We made our predictions. Giants and Eagles maybe going to playoffs. You're right. But let's move into the better teams.
NFC East.
Let's move to the Dan Band divisions. Yes, total eclipse of the heart. All right, on the left, Steelers a top 10 team, but ahead of the Titans. Chargers way up there at 12. Pats 13. Dolphins pretty high too. And then Saints, Colts, and Vikings right in the middle of the pack. But let's go to the Dan Marino division. Get out the isotoner gloves. Upper left corner, the Bucs and Chiefs. Replay of the Super Bowl. Bills at 3. So that's the title game teams in the top 4. Then Baltimore, LA at 6. People probably want them higher. We'll ask Dan. Seahawks, Browns, Niners are your top 9 teams. Niners.
They were last in the division.
Yes, they were. People love the Niners, and people love Dan Hanzus.
Yes, they do.
He is the man behind the power. Those are not our rankings. They belong to that gentleman. What's up, Dan? Good morning and happy season.
It is so good to be back. Third year of the Power Rankings, third year with you guys, and I couldn't be happier. Let's do this.
Same with us, and same with the people. So you said let's do it. Let's start with the champs. Super Bowl 55 champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They've got the top spot. Dan, is it a thing like when you have the worst record, you just automatically get the first draft pick, or was there more thinking that went into this?
I mean, by the very nature of this silly exercise, the power rankings, it's all kind of arbitrary. And for me, one of the things I do is if you're the champion, you stay at number 1 until you lose a damn football game. And then I can start thinking about moving you around. But to that point, it's not just that. It's just not my silly little rules. It's that the Bucs are locked and loaded. Everyone's back. I predicted a hashtag gradual decline for Tom Brady 4 years ago, and I was ruled to be an idiot on the podcast. So I'm out on that game. So now it's just like, let's see how far they can take this. And I think in terms of a setup, Brady has a support system that's as strong as like the 2007 Patriots in terms of just loaded on both sides of the ball, good coaching. They deserve to be number 1.
It's well said. Dan, what did I hear about you saying you have Recovering the Satellites next to you, my favorite Counting Crows album? What did I miss in the break?
Of course. Yes, my beautiful friend, our friend Tara Deeker. Our favorite album back in the day, and I wanted to put it up there to honor her. Yes, go Adam Duritz if you're watching. Paul Rudd watches, why not Duritz? Yeah.
He certainly does. Of course, big Cal guy, big Aaron Rodgers fan, I'm sure. Let's get to number 2 on your list, the Chiefs. What was the biggest thing in your head that they had to address to stay in that number 2 spot?
Yeah, I'm not breaking news here that they had to get better at offensive line after what we saw against the Bucs in the Super Bowl, and they addressed that. Obviously, new left tackle Orlando Brown, Joe Thuney got the bag in free agency. That's a big signing, one of the best guards in football. And in a preseason in which Patrick Mahomes actually played, which makes him a bit of an outlier amongst established quarterbacks, he appeared in 3 games and didn't get sacked once. He said that he thought his line had an amazing preseason. But one thing to note, they have two rookies starting, and then another first-year player, Lucas Niang, who was a opt-out last year after being a third-round pick. So that is inexperience on that line, but so far so good.
Dan, one of the things we like to do is bring in the albums you have behind you, bring in a song title, and then use it as a segue to our question about our next team. Daylight Fading, one of the best songs on that album. And for a lot of Steelers fans, it felt that way towards the end of the second half of the season last year. So we did the top 10 list. Steelers aren't on it. What do you see from the Steelers this year? You got them at 11, which might be friendly, which might not be friendly. What do we do with Pittsburgh, who Matt Hamilton on our show earlier today said here's his long shot pick to win the conference? What do you got?
Yeah, I think, Peter, I think there's a variance here with the Steelers, right? Like we could see Ben Roethlisberger and the offense getting things back together, and them being the Steelers and being so institutionally strong that you look in December and they're 10-4 or whatever. I could see that, but you could also see the flip side where they're 7-10 potentially, and the quarterback got old and they didn't have enough behind him to save the day. So I think it can go two ways. But obviously, where I have them right now in the back end of the top 10, I like the idea of giving this quarterback one more chance. And Big Ben did move the ball, and he threw past the sticks in preseason, and we saw him show off his arm a little bit. He needs to be able to throw downfield, because I think of all the depressing end to that season for Pittsburgh, it was their inability to just move the ball downfield. It was so dink and dunk that it was very tough to watch, and I know Pittsburgh fans know exactly what I'm talking about.
Now, Dan, I know you're on Twitter and all of those things. Be careful, because you know the entire NFC East is in the bottom half of your list, man. You got the Cowboys at number 19, just one spot ahead of last year's division winner, the Washington football team. We've been talking a lot about Dak Prescott coming back, his health, all of those things. But you make a case that a different young player would be the key to victory against the Bucs in Week 1. Who should we be on the lookout for on Thursday's game?
Micah Parsons is the guy, the first-round pick. And if there's one player this summer that you heard about more than anyone, at least amongst like the first-year players, it's Parsons, a guy that absolutely can step in. And we know that the Cowboys are good at developing offensive stars. They seem to do it every year. There's a new guy that comes in and becomes a big part of what they do. But they really desperately need a real dog in the middle of that defense that can be a game-changing presence. And I think a lot of people see Parsons as that guy. And if you're looking to get a defensive rookie of the year campaign off the ground Thursday night in the opener with 700 million people watching, or whatever it is a perfect spot for Parsons. He's going to have a chance to eat, and I'm looking forward to it.
Dan, also a sommelier of Hard Knocks each and every year, so he knows the Micah Parsons experience there. Dan, the power rankings each and every week. You'll be joining us, NFL.com. Of course, you're on the NFL with all the heroes.